Okay, thank you everyone for being here. Let's grab space on the floor. Grab a bolster if you have it, pillow, blankets, anything works. So we are going to work on the pelvis today. So go ahead, just start with a seated position, prop yourself up, get a little extra height. Again, blankets, pillow, anything you got, blocks. We do have a new Zoom room today, so I'm just want to make sure everybody gets in. Okay, so go ahead. We're going to spread the sit bones. So you're going to move the muscle, the tissue out of the way to get onto the bones so we can actually access our structure, our foundation, our spine. And then we're going to start opening that heart. So spread wide. It feels so good, especially in the morning time. Open. We want to open up these capillaries. We want to open up our lungs, our rib capacity, our lung capacity. And then, like we've been working, we had that good posture reset last week. So keep working that where you're rolling the armpit chest up to the ceiling, rolling the top shoulders down to the floor. So it's that continuous wheel motion. And it's gonna strengthen your muscles that actually hold your posture intact. So we want to train those muscles. You can't train them too much. It's actually we're constantly fighting gravity, so it's a consistent daily effort. And you can do it while you're driving your car, you can do it while you're walking, you can do it while you're anything, right? So keep training, rolling those trapezius down the back body. And then we want to take those front ribs to the back room, back of the wall. And then soften in the throat, soften in the face, open up the jaw. Go ahead and even just open your jaw as wide as you can. And there's all of these muscles right here. Your jaw is crazy strong because we use it every day. So right beneath the cheekbone here, see if you can get in there. That's a joint right there. See if you can rub that. So when you do a little bit firmer pressure today, you can just hold that pressure point, open the jaw, release, open the jaw, release, and then do a little circular motion right in that area. And you might find that one side of the jaw is tighter than the other. And then open. Open as wide as you can. Release, open as wide as you can. Release, open as wide as you can. Keeping that pressure. Release. And this muscle, it is also something we have to work on a daily basis because it's something that gets clenched and it can get stuck in that clenched mode. So open again. And we want to open up that capacity where we can get the mouth wider and wider. Open as wide as you possibly can. And it's actually a complete jaw and nervous system reset. So one more time, see if you can get your mouth as wide as possible, holding that pressure. And just notice where you feel it because it correlates throughout the body. Okay, good job. So try and do that every day. And then again, those little circular motions. Good work. Okay. We've got that foundation. We're getting this internal rotation of our thighs. Doesn't that feel good? Does anybody feel a difference just from that short jaw reset? One last time. We got to get in there. Good. And then arms forward, palms facing each other. Soften that face, soften that throat, open that jaw. Inhale those arms up, palms facing each other, ribs reaching to the back of the room. And now we want to work with that nervous system regulation through our breath. So if you can smooth and steady the breath, you can smooth and steady the nervous system, smooth and steady the emotions. And then exhale, palms facing up. External rotation with those arms, thumbs reaching downwards and backwards. And we've been really working on this, but I want to keep going with this habit. Use your left hand to get an external rotation of that right arm. And you'll feel it. It's a full shoulder reset, full scapula reset. And just learning that motion, you can protect your shoulder. So get that external rotation. So many people get tears right here in the shoulder cuff, and that can be prevented just through alignment. So external rotation, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. It's a lot more than you think. And it's neat once you actually get that structural integrity, the body finds way more strength, right? Because when the shoulders are stuck forward, we actually lose that communication and that muscular integrity. So when you get everything in the right place, the muscles adhere to the bone, and you get this strength throughout the whole body because there is no isolation in the body, right? This correlates all the way through. It connects to your ribs, it connects to your sideways, connects to the core. It is all, it's like dominoes. It's all interconnected. Good. Exhale down. Take a breath. Left arm out. Get that external rotation using your right hand. You can really feel the trapezius, that top muscle, rolling down your back. Rolling, rolling, rolling. You can start to feel the scapula to reset, which then connects to the ribs. The ribs start to reset, which then connects to the spine. The spine starts to reset, which connects to the core. The core starts to reset. And external rotation again. Open that jaw wide. Open. Open, 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 release. Good. Keep going on the external rotation. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a deep one. And then you get the nervous system regulation, right? Once one thing goes into position, into place, it releases holding patterns, which releases the nervous system. Super cool. Exhale. Release, relax. Take a huge exhale. Inhale. Huge exhale through your mouth. Till you can't release any more air. Inhale. Huge exhale through your mouth. Pause at the bottom of your breath. Inhale. Good. Okay, so roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders up. Rolling shoulders down and back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep going. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Okay, so we want to get some twists in. Just checking to make sure everybody got in. Get some twists in. So we always want to make space. Inhale up. Make as much space as you can, get taller, lengthen the spine, lengthen, 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 reach through the center top of the head. So it's as if you are growing taller, as if your head could actually touch the ceiling. It's lengthening beyond your body. And then we're going to exhale, twist towards the right. And then the left side, left palm, outside edge of the wrist goes on the outside of that right knee. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. And you're still rolling those shoulders. So armpit, chest lifting. Top shoulders, the trapezius rolling down and back. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Open the armpit, chest. Keep going. Keep getting that lift. Again, soften the jaw. Keep reminding us throughout class. Roll the shoulders down and back. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. External rotation of the arms. Keep going, keep going, keep going with that action. Again, it's more than you think. Ribs reaching back behind you. And then see if you can get that full barrel expansion in your lungs. It's a 360-degree expansion. And you have to find it. It's in your lower rib cage, it's in your mid rib cage, and it's in your upper rib cage all the way up to the top shoulders. So keep looking for that 360-degree expansion. We're restoring that elasticity of the lungs, that pliability. Inhale to the top of your breath and pause. Exhale, twist deeper. Pause at the bottom of your breath. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale to the top of your breath and pause. Exhale to the bottom of your breath and pause. Keep going at your own rate. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. And remember, it's a full 360-degree expansion of the lungs. Good. Exhale. Release. Come back to center. Does not feel so good already. We're getting into the tissues, into the spine. Twists are necessary for healthy tissues because we're literally wringing out the tissues like a washcloth. And those tissues need that to stay healthy, to stay pliable. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist, opposite direction. Twisting to the left. And again, the back of the wrist is on the outside edge of your knee. Okay, this is hard, but you might find that most of your weight is in your left sit bone because that's the direction we're twisting. See if you can get equal weight in your sit bones as much as possible. Good, your collarbones are going to expand. We really want to get into the tissues, all of the tissues. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, get taller. Pause at the top of your breath and hold. Exhale, twist deeper. Pause at the bottom of your breath and hold. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper, and you're rotating from the base of the spine. So your belly button is rotating, pulling, twisting over to the left. And you're twisting from the base of the spine first, and then working your way slowly up through the rest of the spine. Neck turns last. Now get that external rotation of those arms. And find that 360-degree expansion of your rib cage. And you want to find that elasticity, that expansion at your low rib cage, your mid rib cage, all the way to the top shoulders. So you kind of have to use your body awareness like a flashlight. So you're finding new areas of the lungs, accessing new areas. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. And if you're finding that this is so much harder than it looks, or that your muscles are really working, that's good. Remember, we're bringing all the muscles back to home, back to place. Inhale, get taller. Especially breathing into anywhere where there's tightness, tension. We want to restore that elasticity. Exhale, hoo-wee. Come back to center. And so if there's a lot of congestion in the spine, you might be sore tomorrow just from those gentle twists, but that's good. We need to move that congestion through. Okay, so let's go ahead, straighten your left leg all the way straight. Let's come off of our bolster, off of our pillows. A little better angle here. Okay. And that's just because I don't want that hyperextension of the legs. You can be against a wall, you don't have to be. Okay, so left leg straight, right knee bent, grab that right ankle, bringing that heel as close to the right sit bone, the right buttocks as possible. Okay, and then we're going to find our two sit bones again. Remember, the bones are the anchor. If we don't have a foundation, we can't find our strength. So the sit bones are our foundation. Reach through the sit bones, through the floor. And only when we reach down are we able to extend, expand upwards, get taller. And again, those front ribs are reaching towards the back wall. Those back ribs are reaching towards the back wall. So just see if you can coordinate those two actions. Back ribs reaching towards the back wall. Sit bones, both sit bones, right and left, reaching through the floor. And if you're on a hard surface, I'm on a hard surface, it does give you better feedback where you can feel the pressure of those bones against the surface. And again, reach those back ribs back. Reach the two sit bones evenly through the floor. And then again, the heart is opening. So you're going to take that center sternum and it's lifting upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. Shoulders rolling down and back. Shoulders rolling down and back. Armpit, chest opening. Okay, so let's coordinate those actions before we add more. Equal pressure in the sit bones, lower rib cage reaching towards the wall behind you, shoulders rolling down and back, armpit chest opening, center sternum reaching upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. Good. Now let's really clear up the body through the rest of our foundation. So press your heel to the ground. Press the back of the knee to the ground. Press the back of the thigh to the ground. Make sure you do not lift that heel off the ground. That will keep you from hyperextending. And imagine that you have a 50-pound weight on that thigh, on that femur, that left straight leg. It's drawing fully downwards. And yes, that's going to activate the muscle to the bone. So again, straighten that leg, release it heavily towards the floor. It's really as though you're trying to bust through the floor, break through the floor. Heel stays grounded. And the front of the thigh is reaching to the back of the thigh. Now we want to get equal pressure of the left leg and the right foot. So pressing downwards through the floor with the right foot, pressing through the mound of the big toe, the inner heel, the center outer edge of the right foot. Notice how all of the muscles of the spine start to engage once you find that. So again, press downwards with your left leg, press downwards with your right foot. Reach through the floor with the two sit bones. And now we've activated that strength. We're grounded. And through that grounding, we can extend upwards, reaching through the top center of the head. And the spine is very active. We're definitely activating new muscles. So spine is strong, muscles are engaged, but again, the face is soft. Open that jaw again, grab those, do those pressure points. Good, open the jaw. Keep that left leg firm, grounded, muscle engaged, muscle to the bone. The bottom of the feet are spreading wide. Can you get your feet wider, 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 wider? If you're ever buying new shoes, see if you can get the shoes, find shoes that are wide. You really want space for your feet, for your toes, because that impacts every other part of the body. Wider, wider, wider. And again, pressure on that jaw, the jaw joint. Open the jaw. Good. Release. Okay, a few more moments here. Just see how much you can descend downwards. Again, imagine that you have that 50-pound weight on your left femur. Feet are grounded, heels grounded, thighs grounded. Entire left leg is pressing. Both sit bones are reaching through the floor. Heart is lifting upwards and forwards. Shoulders are rolling down and back. And the back of the neck is lengthening. And yes, I actually am using the wall. So if you don't have it, that's fine. It is additional support if you can. Okay, exhale, release. Right leg straight. You can use your hands to bend that left leg. And again, pull that ankle in, pull that heel in. And if you can, you don't want that knee splaying out. You actually want that knee and ankle aligned. Okay, start by finding your two sit bones. We're rolling on the inside edges of our sit bones, rolling on the front edges of our sit bones. which is going to work the pelvis. It's hard. It's hard to get on those front edges. It's hard to get on those inside edges. It takes a lot of coordination between the body and the mind. Good. I'm going to move back so that I'm fully sitting against the wall. Okay, spread those feet wide. Your feet are getting wider, 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 wider. Start with your right foot if you need to. Just spread that right foot like crazy. And now spread that left foot. And spread that right foot. And spread that left foot. And now coordinate them, sync them. Spread both feet evenly. And again, we want to access the inner spine, so we have to press through the mounds of the big toes and the inner heels. Mounds of the big toes pressing, inner heels pressing, reaching, extending, and then pressing on the center outside edge of your foot. Okay, coordinate that expansion of the feet wide with the sit bones pressing, reaching, lengthening, extending. Good. Now imagine that you have that 50-pound weight on your right femur. Extend downwards, press downwards. And now if you can, get that left foot pressing and that right leg pressing into the floor. Like you're trying to bust through the floor, break through the floor. Armpit, chest lifting, shoulders rolling down and back. There's a lot happening, a lot of coordination happening in your spine. And then again, see if you can press on that jaw. Open the jaw wide. Wider, wider, wider. And release. And again, using that pressure point, open. And release. One more time. Open. Really open. And release. Does anybody already feel that their jaw has reset since the beginning of class? New patterns? Okay, so reach the rib cage, the lower back rib cage behind you, towards the wall behind you. Lengthen that right leg longer. Ribs reaching back, leg lengthening. Again, find that balance between your right and left sit bones. Pressing your left foot and right leg downwards. Softening the face, the brow, the throat. Get taller, 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 extend. Lift that center sternum upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. Good, and then soften. That's so much training, isn't it? Holy moly. Spine might be strong and sore tomorrow. Okay, bring your cushion, your blankets back. Again, you can use anything, couch cushion. It is nice if it's a little bit more firm. Blankets, coming back up to seated. And this time we are gonna put the bottom of our feet together. And see if you can draw those heels backwards as close to the pelvis as possible for you today. And again, you want to align those center heels with the center pubic bone. Be surprised, but we can be off by a millimeter or by inches, right? So it all matters. Heels coming in closer. Align the heels and the pubic bone, the pelvic bone. And then align with the center belly button. And draw, it's a few fingers below your belly button. draw that, it's called the Dantian, towards the back of the spine. That's like your true core, your strength, your willpower, your life force. So we do want to very much develop that. So keep drawing. It's about 3 or 4 fingers below the belly button, drawing that towards the back of the spine. Good. And you'll feel, as you find that activation, an internal vacuum. So imagine from the very base of your pelvis, the perineum is lifting upwards towards the ceiling. It's like a straw sucking upwards. Good. The only time that we don't want to have that upwards motion is if you are on your period, your menstrual cycle, because then we want everything flowing. But otherwise, you can tone and train that. Good. Face soft. Armpit chest lifting, rolling those top shoulders down and back. Coordinating the back ribs to the wall behind you. Massive external rotation of those arms. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Now the chest can spread wide. Once we get that external rotation of the arms. And again, they're continuous actions. Okay, so let's bring that full circle coordination, feet pressing towards each other, which is going to tone and activate your hips, your glutes. Inner groin, you'll feel them, they're like steel cables. Inner groin releasing towards the inner knee. Now we have the pelvis opening. Now we have the sacrum muscles toning. And then outer knee releasing towards the hips, towards the glutes. Good, so it's a big pelvic opening, a big pelvic dissection, restoring that balance. So one more time, you can feel them so that you know what you're coordinating. Those inner groins, those steel cables, releasing towards your inner knees. Inner knee releasing towards the outer knee. Outer knee releasing towards the hips. Toning, 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 contracting, 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 contracting. We really want to tone those hip muscles so that we can keep those hips healthy, keep those hips in place, keep those hips protected, get that circulation and blood flow. And again, all of these actions are infinite actions. There's no end to them. You just go deeper and deeper and deeper inwards. So one more time, feet pressing together. I know I always say that one more time, and then there's like 10 more one more times. Feet pressing together. Groins releasing towards the floor. Inner groin releasing towards the inner knee. Inner knee releasing towards the outer knee. Outer knee releasing towards the hips. Hips engaged, contracted. And keep that firm pressure of those feet to continue to move the hips. We're actually moving the hips into place, into their sockets. Good job. Smooth, soft breathing. Face soft, jaw soft, feet pressing. If you're getting a shaking, a percolating, that's good. We're just moving stagnant energy. Yes, keep going. Feet pressing, hips toning, activating. It's like a huge exhale through the pelvis. So the body is gonna move at its own pace, but as the hips start to go more and more into place, as you start to strengthen and tone around them, now the reproductive organs can breathe. They have space, there's opening, there's circulation. So this is going to impact our ovary health, uterine health, reproductive health. Good. Keep going. Inner groin releasing towards the floor. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Inner groin releasing towards the inner knee releasing towards the outer knee releasing towards the hips. Hips are toned, engaged. And now the sacrum is that triangular bone at the back of the pelvis. So draw the sacrum towards the front of the room. Feet pressing. Inner knee releasing towards the outer knee releasing towards the hips. Sacrum reaching towards the front of the room. Good. Jaw soft. Firm pressure, equal pressure in those feet. And now go ahead and bring some pliability to those feet. Open up those feet like a book. Play with them. You know, it's actually important to walk barefoot daily outside, and especially over like an uncomfortable surface like pebbles. And if you find that it really hurts your feet, then you know that's a really good practice to work up to. But you want to get to the point where it doesn't hurt to walk on pebbles. And what that's doing, like from an Eastern medicine perspective, there's all of these acupressure points on the bottom of your feet that correlate to different organs. So you're actually, like when you're massaging or when you're walking on, over pebbles, it's addressing those points, acupressure points. And you can even look it up if you have a really tender spot somewhere on the bottom of your foot. See which organ that correlates to. And just through this like daily foot massage, or again, walking on a little bit of uncomfortable surfaces, you can tone those organs, you can strengthen them. Sometimes those tension points, they get locked. So we just want to open them, release them. So that there can be circulation and flow and blood flow. So go ahead, use your thumbs to just find pressure points. And specifically right now, see if you can work on your heels. So those inner heels, that's also going to correlate to the spine. And just see if you notice any tender spots. Those are the spots you want to continue to work on until there's no tenderness there anymore. Good. We'll work along those pressure points with the inner arches. Work along the mounds of the big toes, and then even work into the toes and the toe tips. So the toe tips are representative of the nervous system. And many of us are doing a nervous system reset through nutrition. So the nervous system requires minerals. It requires polyphenols from dark berries. So get your daily smoothie in, get your dark berries in, keep massaging those tips of the toes. It requires amino acids. Yeah, so we're working on regulating our nervous system, our dopamine system. So get some living foods in your body, deep, dark greens, That's going to have your magnesium. That's going to support the nervous system. And just keep going on that toe massage. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And again, you're looking for the tender spots if there's any. You want to work those out. And otherwise, you're just working on bringing that circulation to the toe tips. That's another really interesting thing. So the feet, the toes are the first thing that will kind of shut down. And it's because it's the furthest thing away from our circulatory system. So you've got to, it's a lot more work to get the blood flowing to the toe tips. So that's a really good indicator if you do ever get tingling in the toes or the feet, or edema or swelling in the ankles or the feet. That is a sign it's time to clean up the body. The tart cherry juice really helps with that. It cleans up the kidneys, the circulation. Okay, good. All right, inhale, get tall. Again, we're drawing that sacrum to the front of the room. We're opening the pelvis. We're releasing the groins to the inner knees. We're opening the heart wide. We're rolling those top shoulders down the back, softening the jaw. And now just really focus on those top shoulders rolling down to the floor behind you. Roll, 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 roll. Some of you might notice it opens up and connects to the muscles on the back of your arms. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. And it's so much more than we think. It takes massive amount of training just to counter gravity, just to counter modern life, just to counter sitting at our desks. Keep rolling those shoulders down and back. Good. Excellent. Now, you're going to take those knees, you're going to draw them towards each other. Keep the groins soft, keep the groins relaxed. Pause here for a moment. See if you can get on those front sit bones, those inner sit bones. You can always sit up on something higher if you need to. And align those two mounds of your big toes. So for many of us, it's going to be hard to get those big toes touching each other. And just use your hands again to mold those big toes touching, and especially along the toenail line. Okay, so we're just cleaning up the feet. And now some of us collapse in our inner arches. So you want to see if you can bring those heels towards each other. So heels touching and toes touching, especially working towards that toenail line. And then we're lifting those inner arches up towards the ceiling. Good. And then it might be hard, but if you can keep those heels together and those toes together, then you can bring the knees back towards each other. And again, we can see where we need to clean up. It always starts with the feet, because the feet impacts the ankle impacts the knees impact the hips, right? So again, you're just trying to get that center line, you're trying to get those big toes touching, you're trying to get those inner heels touching, trying to get those two ankle bones on the same line. Lift those inner arches up towards the ceiling. Press your mounds of your big toes through the floor. Press the inner heel through the floor. Ooh, that activates the hips, doesn't it? Oh my God. Woo! Uh-oh, Charlie horse. Mounds of big toes pressing, inner heel releasing. And now the center outer edge of your feet is pressing downwards. Okay, and that's going to open up the pelvis. So again, just bringing that awareness as much as possible, coordinating those points, and it's going to work deep into the hips, to the knees, to the ankles, wherever you personally need it. Mounds of big toes pressing, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's going to activate the knees, it's going to activate the tendons. Inner heels pressing, reaching through the inner floor. That's going to communicate to that dantian, to that core, to that pelvis. Center outer edge of your feet pressing. Release. And it's just that coordination between those 6 points. And again, we're just holding it so that we can actually get some change into those hips, into where you're needing it in your body. Keep going, keep releasing those mounds of the big toes through the floor. Inner heel pressing through the floor. Center outer edge of your feet pressing through the floor. Ooh, that's a lot of work. Sit bones releasing, extending. Okay, now I'm getting hot. Keep going, smooth breathing. Good. Okay. So that's going to go where you need it. I had a real bad injury in this left knee when I was young. So that was working my left hip, right? Because whenever there's an injury, you got to look above and below and work on those areas because that's what gets impacted. And then come off to standing. Good. So again, you can use the wall if you have it. If you don't have it, don't worry. It is nice feedback though. It's basically educating your body. Oh, we're running out of time. We went deep. Okay, last pose. So this is the standing version of what we just did. So you might have to bend your knees to try and get those toes touching. And again, it's very hard for most people, especially along that toenail line. And then I have to take my knees out to get my inner heels touching. It's going to be different for each of us. Inner heels touching, and then I, of course, lose my toes. So then I get my toes touching, and then I lose my inner heels. So it's a dance. Inner heels touching, inner toes touching. Press through the mounds of your big toes, the balls of your big toes. Press through, reach through the floor so we can access our inner spine. Reach through the inner heels. Inner heels are pressing down. And now press at the center outer edge of your feet. Good, and then see if you can coordinate all those mounds of big toes, outer edge, inner heels. Mounds of big toes, inner heels, outer edge. And again, that's going to communicate all the way up, even through our organs, our tissues. Good. And then engage the muscle to the bone in your legs. The front of the leg is reaching to the back of the wall, the back of the room. The front of the knee is reaching to the back of the knee. Inner heels pressing. Good. Mounds of big toes pressing. Outer edges of your feet pressing. And now again, toes spreading wide. Spread those toes wide. Release the bottom of the feet wide. You see babies before they've been put into shoes. Their feet are so wide and strong and healthy. So we're just trying to get back to that. Good. And again, release those inner heels through the floor. And that's going to communicate to our center line. Now take that center line and extend all the way up through the top center of the head towards the ceiling. And again, focus and awareness coordinating from the feet. And then take that alignment and that balance throughout your whole body. Muscles engaging to the bone. Armpit, chest lifting, top shoulders rolling back. Glutes chasing towards your heels, towards the floor. Good. So we just have a couple more moments here, but your body's getting more and more and more in sync with itself, more and more in alignment with itself. Keep drawing those inner heels to the floor. Muscle to the bone, front of the knee to the back of the knee, front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. Sacrum reaching forward. Armpit, chest lifting. Shoulders rolling down and back. Don't forget the feet. It's all coming from the feet. And you'd be amazed at what you can work out as far as knee injuries, ankle injuries, neck injuries, if you're working with the feet. Release the shoulders down and back, down and back, down and back. Shoulders chasing towards the glutes, glutes chasing towards the heels, heels chasing towards the floor. Final inhalation, get as tall as you can, extend through the top of the head. Pause at the top of your breath. Exhale through your nose, keep your feet active. Release your air, pause at the bottom of the breath. Good. Now see, those were little micro movements, micro adjustments, getting the tissues aligned, getting the knee joint in the right place. So move slowly out of this because you actually did really deep work, really deep dissection. You want to keep that work. Try not to shake it out. Keep it. And we are at the top of the hour. So if you've got to go, I understand. And if you want to share a reflection or a takeaway, go for it.
I definitely had the pulsing going on in my back, which before you said something, I said this must be a good sign. It felt differently, and I want to address a few things. I didn't realize I've had a ankle injury since like the 8th grade, and I didn't realize that we can strengthen it the way you were just explaining. So I would love to like incorporate more ankle work in our alignment. And I have a question. So when I was in basic and I learned, you know how like we lock certain parts of our body to like the outside, things like our knees and things like that. So I actually experienced like two soldiers hitting the floor for locking their knees because they say that the blood doesn't flow to your brain. So like, and I say that because this week when I was working on my posture, I felt myself swaying. So I would kind of go in and out. But you do have us hold our poses for long periods of time. So can you kind of explain what I need to do, like being here by myself like that, so I won't cut off the blood supply to my brain?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so best way to start practicing that alignment is again, legs straight on the ground, like what we did today. Um, because you cannot hyperextend so long as your heel is on the ground. If we're lifting our heel up, we can hyperextend. So that's the way to start training the front of the knee to the back of the knee. And that's going to get into the knee joints. And then you can see, if that is away from the ground, we want to get to the point, like if I was shining a flashlight, you would see that there's space under here. However, also here, most people have space. You want to start eliminating the space behind there, the space behind here. But like you said, it's not a hyperextension. So train there. And then when you're standing, if you're a hyperextender, I'm not going to do it because it's bad for your knees. If
Right.
you're a hyperextender, it does mess with the joints. So you can start with bending the knees and working those ankle points, those feet points.
Okay.
But eventually, this is a great question. Eventually, you start with those knees bent, and then feet are together. You straighten the legs by bringing the femur, the front muscles to the back. So
Okay.
I'm not straightening from my knees. I'm actually straightening from the front
Oh, wow. Okay. I
thigh.
can see when you do it, but it's probably easier said than done when
Yeah.
you do
Start
it.
with
Okay.
on the ground because that will help you to
Okay.
address if there is any hyperextension there.
And even when you said you probably could see like with the flashlight, your leg looks so straight to the floor though. Oh gosh. And I was like, wow. Okay. So you think that you still have to work even more toward oh wow. Okay.
I do, I do. So it's a work. And then we'll go even deeper at some point, but I just love this question. There's these points on the back of your knee, and we want to bring those dimples. There's one, two, three, four. So it's the front of the knee to the back of the knee. It's a crazy dissection and alignment, but this can really repair ankles, knees, everything.
Oh, really?
So you're trying to get those dimples aligned. Yeah,
Okay. Something to work on this week.
I know. It's endless. It's all good.
Thank you, Coach Rita, for
Yeah.
that.
Yay. Hi, Zippy. We're just finishing up, honey, but we'll get the recording out to you. Um, Andrea, did you want to share?
This coach, I what I found was it's a feedback of what I found when we did the TMJ jaw exercise, the mandibular joint exercises. I was in awe because I think that I might be a grinder, like when I sleep,
Mhm.
and so really felt the reset in just the first part of that exercise. I felt the reset. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about the cherry that you mentioned for the kidneys and that. Is that in the second tier of the because I need to get that. I
Yeah.
need to get that. I just feel
Yes.
that that is not, when you have like stress, hypertension, and things like that, your organs are taking the hit. And
Yes.
so I want to be able to nurture and love my organs. So I loved all of that
Oh,
through the feet. What I've found I've been doing, and it seems like a minor thing, but I know it's huge when I think about it because I walk around and I spread my toes and I think of baby's toes and I say to myself in my brain, I'm grounded. I'm grounded. I repeat it to myself. And I do go outside and step, even in the ice cold, I go outside and step with my feet on the ground. Yeah.
that's
So yeah, I'm feeling like a definite reset happening.
I love it. Good work, good work. And that tart cherry, it's a daily. So it's a tart cherry concentrate. And the reason that I'm such a huge advocate of it is it gets your kidneys filtering. And our kidneys eliminate waste. So they eliminate lymphatic congestion. And every single person has lymphatic congestion. So it opens up that elimination channel. And most people's kidneys are not eliminating to the proper extent. So that's why we get pain, inflammation, tissue degeneration. All of it is actually that. And then it also creates a healthy inflammatory response. It supports the nervous system. It supports that deep REM sleep. So, yes, you can sip on it all day or you can just take it before bed.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a full lymphatic system cleanse. It's really amazing. So, good job. And yeah, more people are grinding at night than it's very common. It's very, very common. And it has to do with so many different things, but we can work on it. And if we do chronically grind the teeth, it does impact the jaw, but it impacts the integrity of the teeth, right? So, if you think you are, you can also use what is that called? A night guard.
Hard. Yeah.
Yeah, while you work on it.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job, everyone. Love you all. Thanks for being here. Love you, Melody.
Thank you. Love you all. Have a great weekend.
You.
To see you.
See ya.
Great to see
Bye, Drea.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.